that real person for who they really are. But real joy, remember this, guys, comes from relationships where you can show up naturally without any makeup, these lashes, just being yourself. That's what is very important. So, you want to be able to show up naturally without performing, without pretending to be something that you're not, and then without fear of judgment, because I don't think any of us are perfect. You may have uh, a couple of rows, your hair may not be perfect, you may have blemishes or whatever, but you've got to learn to appreciate yourself. So tonight we're going to talk about why inner beauty matters more than appearance, what's on the inside, your heart, and why happiness comes from authentic relationships. Whether our partners truly know the real us, why genuine love goes beyond the image and perfections. And just think about it, guys. Your career could end today, but beauty changes and success can come and go. You could be on cloud 10 one day and down to 2 the next day. But the people who truly love you for who you are those that last. Those are the type of relationships that last.
All right, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the
Yes.
J&B Live Podcast. Welcome so much. We appreciate you guys. Now, if you are watching us live right now, you know what we always ask. Make sure you shoot on over to YouTube if you're not there already, and make sure you subscribe at Live with J&B. And right now, for you guys that are streaming live with us right now, go ahead and drop your city and state in the comments. We want to know where you guys at.
Okay, guys. So yes, we love seeing our J&B family. Welcome back again. Thank you for those who are tuning in from Georgia. We got some from New York and Florida and Texas. So go ahead and drop in the comment section your city and state. Wherever you are, let us know where you're chiming in from.
All right. Welcome, Blink. Blink says, "Damn, take your girl outside." LOL. You stay in all night to save money or something. I don't know.
What are you trying to say? He needs to take me out on a date. Okay. Is that what he's saying? I don't
I
know, Blake.
I don't know. I don't know. All right, guys. Welcome again. Thank you guys for joining us. If you guys see our gift goal, make sure you help us reach our gift goal. And make sure you always follow our top gifters. We like to help promote our top gifters to help them grow their community as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It is a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, guys. All right. So let's keep those comments coming because, your engagement, it truly helps the algorithm push the conversation out to more people. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to expand the J&B Live family, guys.
Okay, guys. So, um, and to our podcasters, our audio listeners, the JB Live Podcast is available on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube Music, or wherever you get your podcast. So thank you guys for joining us. BLK and Mal Carter Stone, thank you for joining us this
Black and
evening.
Mild, we see you.
Yeah, welcome back, Black and Mild. Yeah, that name definitely
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
Bruce
Welcome back.
Wiley, Cooley High.
Yeah.
Cooley High, now that's old school. That's old school. A lot of people not know nothing about that movie.
Oh, that is a movie. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
that's definitely a movie. I ain't gonna talk about it too much because tell my age. Welcome, Sharon. All right, guys. A lot of people are trying to be impressive. When what they really want is to be understood. Doc B said earlier, we're in the age of social media, so a lot of people are pretending to be something that they're not. So, are you truly seeing the real them?
And I think Broker J3 that a lot of the social media is what's pushing people to be perfect in all aspects of everything. And then people are so caught up in the outer appearance, they're forgetting about what a person looks like or that person's heart, what they look like on the inside.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to think about that as well. So now, tonight's topic is something a lot of people feel, but don't always say out loud. Do the people in your life actually see the real you?
You know, that's
Mhm.
that's a real question. Ask yourself this. Guys. All of you guys, if you're here with us tonight, then all of you have a social media presence. You know, do the people that you surround yourself around, or the people that follow or associate with you, do they truly know the real you, or do they know the person that you're portraying to be to them? Let's ask the audience. I want to ask the audience this question right here. Do you feel like people know who you really are,
Mm.
or just the version you show the world? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We like to know.
Yeah, that's a deep question, guys. Do do people feel like they know the real you?
Yeah,
Okay,
that is a really good question. See,
yeah.
I can honestly say for myself, most of you that truly know me know that I'm who you see. I'm the same person in and out. Um, anyway,
Mhm. Okay.
Mr. Voice says, I'll give you this. You are your own advertising. They will only know what you let them know about you.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mhm.
That is that. Hey, you're so right about that. Mr. Voice is the key. And welcome back.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome back. Thank you so much. All right, guys. All right. Again, do people really know you?
Okay, guys. So we're going to talk about inner beauty and authentic energy. One thing that stood out when I listened to the interview that Keke Palmer had with Demi Lovato, that conversation is that her belief, this is Demi's belief, that energy you attract should come from the inside. How you attract people and you can have a conversation with people, and a lot of people see what's on the outside. They may see your beauty, they may like your hair, they may like your nails. And for the girls, you might like the way you smell or whatever. But it should not just come from that energy, should come from the inside, not just by how you look at a person on the outside. So thank you for your gifts. I'm not who shared that gift with us, but I saw it racing across the screen.
Yeah,
But
thank you. Appreciate you guys.
yeah.
All right. So, now that's so real, Doc B. Because outer beauty might get the attention, but the inner beauty is what truly builds that
Mm.
connection with people.
And the older you get, some of you online, I'm not sure of everybody's age, but the older you get, you want a lasting connection with someone. You don't want to just look at that person and say, well, hey, that person got some nice shoes on, a dress nice, whatever. You want to build those connections because those connections will last. Your outer beauty, guys, will attract people, but your inner beauty is going to keep them, and it's going to maintain that connection.
Yeah, and as Doc B was saying a minute ago, as you get older, you really want somebody that can actually see the real you on the inside.
Mhm.
Because you guys have heard that statement before, beauty is only skin deep. Because once you get older, the way you look now may not be the way you look later. So, you will hope that that person, sees you for who you are, so as you start aging, they still see the beauty inside of you.
Yeah, and some people get so caught up in other people and the way they dress and the way they look that you forget about that person on the inside. Sometimes women are dating men that treat them any kind of way, but they so caught up in the way that he looks, what he
Or what
has,
he spends
and
on
what he
them.
spends on them, that they're losing themselves in that relationship, but they're not looking at that person's heart, which is what they should be looking at.
Yeah. And from a lot of men's perspective, attraction might start with what we see, you know, but what keeps a relationship going is that person's character, their kindness, and whether that person brings you peace.
Mhm. Yeah.
So looks might start a relationship, but peace keeps it going.
Okay, guys. So let's
Bear says, or lust, no morals.
no values too. You have to think about that, guys. So let me ask you this question. Do you believe that inner beauty still matters in a relationship? You know, guys, let me hear from you. Ladies, let me hear from you as well. Comment yes or no. And now for me, I believe inner beauty creates real connections because just think about it. At the end of the day, when you 80 years, 90 years old, are you going to be too concerned with the way that person look? Think about it, guys.
Yeah, but you also have to think about it like this, Dot B. Sometimes, you really don't want to. Some people are not looking for people to know the real them.
Yeah,
They are looking for. They want people to see the outer shell of them.
that's true.
You
That's
know,
true.
here's an example, and I'm sorry, ladies, if any of you are in this category, and some of the men too. But if someone goes to your page and most of what they're seeing is you dancing, twerking, or have a real tight fitted dress on, you're highlighting your physical body more so than you have any posts that actually where you're talking something serious or meaningful. You really just want people to see the outer you. You may get a lot of likes, but not really much substance.
Yeah, that is true. And some women get so caught up in that. And that's what I don't understand because it's a lot of younger and older ladies. They are online and they're so caught up. They want that attention that they're willing to portray their bodies like they're a piece of meat. And, for the life of me, I don't understand that. But getting back to what some people want others to see, there are some women out there, believe it or not, that will sleep in their makeup. They do not want you to see them without any makeup on.
Mm.
Have you known anyone like that before, bro? J3?
If I have, I'm quite sure I wasn't around for a long time.
Okay.
I actually like natural beauty myself. I like to see what a person looks like without all of the extras on. It's okay to dress up, look cute, put a little makeup on, but I don't think it should be a 24/7 situation.
Yeah. Some
You know.
do that.
So let's talk about the pressure to compete with others because as Doc B said earlier, that's what a lot of people are doing. And I used to tell Doc B all the time, in regards to men and women seem to uh, um, dress for other women.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really dress for their man because if they did, some of the outfits that women wear wouldn't be the way they are now because most women are more concerned about how another woman sees them.
Yeah, yeah. Now I can truly say it. If there are any women online now, just think about a Birkin bag, Louis Vuitton, any of the designer. Most men don't care anything about a Birkin.
Most men
bag.
don't even know
They don't
the
even know
difference
what
between a
bag
Birkin
is.
bag.
But now, when the women wear the revealing clothing, that type of stuff, when they're trying to show off, especially, with all of these, what is the fake booties and the BF, what is it called?
It's BBL,
BBLs and all of this.
or they have those
tummy tucks.
they have those outfits, compression outfits that really highlight.
They're wearing that now. That's different. They're wearing that so that they can highlight it for the men because I've never seen so many women wearing tight leggings with big booties, white and black. It's crazy, but they're doing that because they think that's what men want.
Yeah, and I've even seen it go from where the leggings was regular leggings to now the leggings come automatically with the crack right between their butt, which is don't get me wrong. I know a lot of guys find it attractive, and that's why a lot of women wear it because they know it draws attention. But let's be real. Are you going to work out or are you going to hang out? Or are you truly looking for attention?
Okay. Bear said fantasy mask and fake life lies, no truth. Okay.
You're absolutely right about that, Bear. I mean, because imagine Imagine you go out and you meet a young lady, and we see, like Dr. B said earlier, we go by what we see first,
Mhm.
and that's what attracts us first, and then as we start talking, we get to know who this person really is. Now, imagine you start talking to somebody, and okay, say the attraction got you, and hey, wow, the conversation got you as well. But then as you get to know her more or even personal, you realize, when she take off those pants that got the butt lifters, when she take off that bra that may be the boob lifter, when she take off that compression and the stomach
Don't mention the lashes, bro.
and the stomach pop out, or she take off the fans off her eyelashes, then you looking at the real person. Or we're not going to talk about the weaves, the extensions, and all of that, but when you get down to the real person and you're looking, it's like, this is not who I met. This is not who I was attracted to. That's why I always say to some women, and it's nothing personal, but if you truly want a man that's gonna actually love you for who you are, take the lashes off, wear your real natural hair, you know, let your boobs hang, let that fupa hang out, and show them who you truly are, so they can see the real person. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know sometimes you're gonna want to, highlight yourself and show, maybe what you used to look like. But if you truly care about somebody, let them see the real you. Don't let them see the real you when y'all finna get down and dirty, because that is not the right time.
And Bear says fake teeth too. They do it all. And this is the thing now. Now, guys, this is for, Broken Shade 3 was emphasizing what the women do, but the same thing is going for men.
Yes.
Men are wearing the little compression shirts, all the little thing that holds their stomachs in as well. So they're doing all of this too. And guess what, guys? I was watching a show, and we're going to do a podcast on this a little bit later on. There's a rise in a Ozempic, Mounjaro, Zepbound, all of those weight loss. They're supposed to treat diabetes, but it also treats heart disease. But eventually, anybody is going to be able to take some type of medicine. I think it's called Retta, where the guys will be able to get a six pack. You will be able to take medicine that will give you a six pack, that will burn the fat in whatever locations you want. So this is why I thought this was an interesting topic, because eventually everybody's going to be in a good shape. Lives are going, they said with AI, the advancements going with AI, everybody's life is going to be extended. And they, particularly the ones that are 20 to 30 years old, they're saying they may live to 120 now.
Wow, that's a long time.
This is why this is important, because now a lot of people are getting work done. So you have to learn, just because a person look good does not mean that their heart is good, that they're good on the inside. So this is a time for us to realize that you can pay, and then let's think about it. A lot of people don't pay for those weight loss reductions. So, pretty much everybody's trying to get it. They say in California, they don't know anybody that's not on Ozempic, because it works, and then it gives people energy. So by the time it's all over within the next 20 years, everybody's going to probably be fit. I kid you not.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. So, let's be honest, okay? A lot of people today, they do feel pressured competing with others. They really do. I mean, if you're heavy set and you see a skinnier girl getting a lot of attention, or maybe attention from the guy that you really like, and in your mind you might feel like, I got to get skinnier, for him to like me. And now don't get me wrong, I get it, maybe being smaller for health purposes, I get that, but don't change who you are, just to get somebody.
And some of you, those of you who are joining us, I know you know somebody that's had some type of surgery. I don't care if it was a VML, I don't care if it was Botox. You know someone, if you don't know them, that has had it done, they probably want to have it done. They're probably saving up enough money. A lot of people go to Florida, they go to different countries to get it done. They are getting those surgeries done because they want to improve their appearance. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, guys. So clothes, the lifestyle, travel, appearances, everything. All always want to look perfect. There's some people who even want to look like celebrities. They go to the extreme on and off of social media because they want to look perfect all the time.
All right, big shout out to our viewers listening.
Yeah.
We got the admin J7. We got Nail,
We got Jerome Graves.
Sandro,
Yeah.
the Money Bag.
Senior Peel, Nature Healer. Thank
Yeah.
you for joining us. Patricia Shepherd. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, we appreciate Sean.
Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys, John. We're on multiple platforms, so we try to get as many people as we can. So please forgive us if we missed you. Guys, remember to follow our top gifters, whatever platform you're on. Please follow our top gifters, okay? All right, guys, let's keep moving on, okay?
All right. So let's think about, chasing someone else's lifestyle can distract you from appreciating your own life because you're so caught up in what they look like. And either you're doing it to try to get a man or what a woman or whatever, you caught up. I am so glad that I am in a space right now where I don't have to worry about any of that. God gave you what he gave you. You should appreciate what he gave you. But you see people online that are traveling, shopping, and showing off. They want to be perfect, but I'm glad that's not me.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Senior Peel? We see you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, yes.
Julian, thank you for joining us. Jay, thank you for joining us. All right, guys. Now, does that inspire you or does it make you feel like, you're falling behind? Drop your thoughts in the comments, guys. Stop comparing your life with somebody else. Does it really inspire you when you see other people a certain way? Or does it make you feel like you're falling behind? Because everybody, they always talk all the time about people trying to be like the Joneses. So if you riding around in your Honda and and your neighbor riding around in that Benz or BMW, so does it inspire you or does it make you feel like you're not doing enough? Let us know. Drop it in the comments.
Okay. All right, guys. So can your partner see the real you? I mentioned this earlier about some women sleep in their makeup. If you know anybody like that, I want you to drop it in the comments. Okay. So let's talk about relationships. Does your spouse or your partner truly know who you really are? Or are you just pretending? Your personality, what about, does that person know your different struggles? And what about your imperfections? Does your partner know about that?
I think that question ought to be, I think most people's partner, I would say, know them about 75%. The majority only know about 75%. Some less. And the reason why I say that, because when you're dating or you're meeting somebody, they're only gonna know anywhere from 5 to 25% about you because that's all you're gonna give them. The more you guys are with each other, the longer you're with each other, that percentage tends to go up. Now, even in marriage, there's still that 25% gap that you don't know about that person.
And then just to echo what you're saying, during COVID, because a lot of people were at home, they said the divorce rate increased during COVID because the husband and wife are at home all the time, probably driving each other crazy. So there was an increase in the divorce rates because, like you said earlier, they probably thought they knew that person, but once they were at home with them 24/7, then things changed.
They say absence make the heart grow fonder, but during COVID, you was with that person 24/7. And that's when it really tells how much you really love that person. All right. So we know real love begins when people stop pretending. We know that when people stop pretending, being somebody else,
They're
that's when the
not.
real love starts. Okay. Sometimes people fall in love with that polished version of someone, that person that you put out to them. I used to always say, it's slightly different, but you guys don't understand. I used to always say, and even we did a podcast on it once, stop telling people what kind of person you want. Because when you just meeting somebody, dating them, or trying to get to know them, if you're telling them, "Oh, I'm looking for a man, has a good job,
Yeah.
stable, loves his mother, takes care of his kids," or whatever the case may be, they may be complete opposite
Yeah.
of what you're telling them, but because they want you so bad,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to become that person while they're around you.
Yeah. And women should already be hip to that anyway. Don't ever tell a guy what you're looking for in a man. Let him figure it out.
Yeah. And same thing, guys.
Mhm.
Don't tell the women what you're looking for. Give them basic qualities. I want somebody that's nice, so forth, and the basic stuff. Don't get in detail, because that's what you want to find out on your own. Wow, this person really respects their elders. Wow, this
Mhm.
person, enjoys going to church. I see she really have a spiritual presence about herself. Don't, and then those may be things that you like, but don't tell them so they can become that chameleon that can change on you later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just think about it. Some people think they know their spouse, and then they get married, and then that spouse goes back to who they were anyway. So they only change so that they could get you to marry them, and then they never really was that person.
Mm-hmm.
But just like you just said, a chameleon. And so people do that and not knowing. That's why it's so important that you get to know a person's heart before you get into these deep relationships.
Yeah. And guys, you guys just out there dating, you know, spend time with that person. Like really spend time. Don't rush into anything. As these young folks nowadays, you guys meet 2 months later, you're living together. Stop doing that.
And the same night you sleeping together.
Yeah.
No,
Stop doing that.
no, that's not good.
Get to know that person. You might find out that you done fell in love with Christina, who used to be Christian.
Yeah, okay.
So-
All right. Okay, guys. So the strongest relationships happen when people feel safe being themselves. That is so comfortable being myself. I don't have to wear no makeup. I don't have to put on those lashes, which I've never been a heavy makeup person anyway. So don't change who you are just so that you can look good for someone else. Let that person get to know the real you.
Yeah, and every now and then put on them a little bit,
Oh
so
gosh.
they know that you human and you pass gas. I'm saying that really for the ladies, not really the men, because we know ladies will hold that poop in
Oh God.
so
What a
long until
conversation.
they have no choice but to run off, go past gas, and then come back. So anyway, let them know who the real person is.
We do that because we believe that's unladylike. That's
Yeah.
why we do
Okay.
that.
Okay. Yeah, we that's another podcast. All right, guys. Now again, the right person, the right person now. They don't just love your highlights. The right person will also respect your flaws.
Mhm.
None of us are perfect, guys. We're all human.
Yeah. And for the ladies out there, a lot of ladies think that they have to have a big butt. They think they have to have a flat stomach. But just think about it. If you see people every day that are in relationships, you'll see people walking and holding hands, and that lady does not have a 36, 24, 36 build. Just think about it. You don't need all of that outer appearance where you're doing everything to your body to attract a man. You really don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really not necessary, because it's somebody for everybody out there.
Yes, it is.
Believe it or not, there's some guys that enjoy a full figure woman. They don't want a skinny
Well,
woman.
tell him about I think you have an uncle.
Yeah, I have an uncle, and I'm gonna call him out, Uncle Marty. He ain't watching, but it's all good. But yeah, I have an uncle that he prefers a full figure woman,
Mhm.
and he's not ashamed about it. He will let you know in a minute You know, if she ain't over 300 pounds,
he like a big
she
woman.
can't even talk to him. But that's just what he likes.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you everybody have different tastes. You got some people like older, younger, small, big, or whatever. Be who God made you to be. Don't add on or take off because you trying to impress somebody else.
Okay. All right, that fat man, thank you for joining us. 60 Tony Latham, Country Cowboy, and Donuts, and James Pitts and Alfonso Bishop. Thank you guys for joining us and being a part of the J&B family. So let me ask this question. Does your partner truly see the real you or just the version you show in public? I encourage everyone to love without the mask.
Take it off.
Take it off. Take it off.
Take it off.
So Broker J3 is going to give us a man's perspective on some of this.
All right. Just a little bit. Not much. All right. Let me give you the perspective from a man, okay? Most of us men appreciate something very simple in a relationship. And when I say simple, I mean simple. You know, besides, that respect that we all want. The main thing what we really want is peace. That real authentic peace. And someone who is comfortable being themselves. I would appreciate and love you more if you're who you are and not afraid to be who you are. It's always the ones that try to be somebody else because you can't maintain that persona too long. Sooner or later, the real you is going to come out because that's years built up of who you really are. That person that you're trying to be, that's a temporary person. It does not last long at all.
Okay, so shout out to Teresa Wells, 476, Dragon, Good Grace, and Nelson Walton. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this evening. So, Broker J3, go ahead and elaborate a little bit more. You mentioned peace a few minutes ago.
Peace actually is one of the most attractive qualities in a relationship. And I'm saying that not just on a man's side right now, but also for women. Women, I'm quite sure. How many of you women out there want peace in your relationship? Believe it or not, that's the same way a man feels.
Yes.
That's the same way a man feels. You want that peace. When you come home from work, long day, you want peace. That's what you want.
Exactly.
That's exactly what you want.
Okay, guys, I know for me, I don't want anyone disturbing my peace. That's just where I am. That's important to me because genuine connections happen when people feel connected, not judged. And so when you have that going on for you, that's peace. You don't have to pretend to be anything.
That's right.
Just be who you are.
That's right. And when somebody can laugh with you, and be honest, like genuinely honest with you, they can grow with you. That's when a relationship truly becomes meaningful. That's when you start really feeling the good parts of being in a good relationship.
Good space, yes.
Very good space. The peace, the trust, everything is there and you feel it because you see it in real time. Okay, guys, what matters most to you in your relationship? Is it peace, trust, appearance, or maybe a combination of all of them? Drop your answers in the comments and let me and Doc B know.
Okay, Dragon, we see you. Thank you for the comments. Guys, keep those comments coming. Thank you, Billion. I think that's Richard Espinosa.
Thank you for the likes and thank you for those gifts, guys.
Hood 75. Thank you for joining us as well. Yeah, keep them coming. So, guys, here's a little nugget. Real relationships feel peaceful. You can just sit and nobody says nothing. You can just sit there and enjoy each other's company without even saying a word.
Yeah, because you actually feel it. You know, and I guarantee you, them strong relationships, believe it or not, during COVID, they probably enjoyed those times being together, where they probably wasn't at work. They actually had more times because there was a lot of babies was being made during COVID. A lot of babies was made during COVID. Now,
Yes, I know we met
so
someone when we would travel to Thailand. This guy was so funny. And that's what he said happened. He said that, it was older, but his wife got pregnant during COVID because he made some, he had a joke. I forgot what the joke was, but I know that's what happened to him during COVID because he was at home. So his wife got pregnant again.
yeah,
So funny.
yeah, that was that Grab driver. Yeah, Grab is equivalent to Uber in Thailand and Indonesia, and also that was in Vietnam too. They had Grab, yeah. Okay, but nonetheless, guys, enough of that. All right, happiness and authentic connections. You know, that's what people search for. You know, that happiness, and they want something that's real. You hear people say it all the time. I just want something that's real. You know, but what we hear most of the time is, you know, that person playing games. They not real. You know, you hear the lady saying real men stand up. I'm tired of meeting these boys. You know, and then you hear the guy saying, I want me a real woman. I'm tired of these fake women. You know, and it's amazing. And a lot of these things are happening honestly because people are not being themselves when they meet people. They're just not doing it. Or these people are finding out now after time has passed that these people are not who they said they was.
Exactly. And for the women that are out there meeting, I know like us in the Atlanta area and even in the Macon area, the ratio of women to men is extremely high. And so, there are some men that are just want to play the field. So they should just tell women. There's some women out there that just want to play the field. So just be honest with whoever you're dating.
Yeah, especially in the again, Dr. B, as you said, the ratio is so high, men and women in Atlanta. A single man, of course, is going to have a plethora of choices. But as Doc B said, if you're not ready to settle down, and right now you just want to have a little fun, believe me, women are grown enough to know whether they want to play around with you or whether they want something serious. So the ratio is high enough. If you want to play, you can play all day in the ATL. But don't go messing with a woman that's looking for something serious and you still trying to play. Let's not do that. Let's man up, guys.
Because you may have to pay to play.
That's right. Because true happiness, it isn't really about perfection. It's about connection.
And you can connect with someone. You just have to be honest. Okay, guys, the greatest happiness comes from being loved as you truly are. It doesn't matter about your outer appearance. It's what's on the inside, your heart.
Yeah. And that's why authenticity matters. When people can be themselves, without fear, that's when those relationships become strong.
And it's important to remember that knowing your own values, we just mentioned it a few minutes ago, they play a small role in that as well. Because when people respect themselves, they tend to attract healthier relationships.
Yeah. Now, guys, do you believe that authentic relationships are harder to find? I don't think so. I don't think so, but drop your thoughts in the comments. Guys, authenticity, it builds real love. Okay. And Dr. B, share with everybody, your final thoughts on this because, this really was a good topic today because we see it all the time. And we even had a post about the fake people on social media. But let's remove social media for a moment. Let's get to real life. Do the people that you surround yourself with every day. We're gonna back off from the social media, not what you post, for a minute, do the people that you surround yourself with every day, do they truly know the real you?
Okay, guys. So this is what my final thoughts are. Happiness is not something that comes from your appearance. It doesn't come from your success because, you know, I've learned that you can be successful at your job, but you're still not happy. Sometimes money doesn't make people happy. Sometimes people work all of their lives and don't have nothing to show for it. You wouldn't believe it. I've seen it happen. And it doesn't come from external approval. It grows from within you. When we learn to accept ourselves and build relationships that are genuine and supportive. That's what we all want. Inner beauty and authenticity allows people to form those deeper connections that we've been talking about with those who truly appreciate who they are. You want someone to appreciate you. That's what we want. When we stop trying to perform for others and instead of living honestly, our relationships become more meaningful and fulfilling. True joy comes from being surrounded by people who accept our strength as well as our imperfections.
Hmm. I like that, Dot B.
Mm.
That is so true. My final thoughts on today's podcast, guys, is I'm gonna try to do my best to give it from a man's perspective. Real connection is built on honesty, trust, and authenticity. Now, that physical attraction, it may begin in a relationship because for us men, that's what got our attention. We looked at you, and there was something about you, the way you smelled, the way you looked, that took control and made us want to speak to you. But emotional connection is what sustains it over time. Many men value relationships where both people can be themselves. Know what? Without pressure to maintain an image or impress others. Because it's like that so many times. Hmm, I ain't gonna get into that. That's another podcast. When someone truly understands you and accepts you for who you are, that creates a sense of peace that is difficult to find everywhere. It really is.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, happiness comes from relationships where people feel comfortable being real with each other.
Mhm. That's why they used to always say, keep it real. Okay, guys, if you enjoyed tonight's conversation, make sure you follow, subscribe, comment, and share the J&B Live podcast. Hey, Mr. C and Billion. Thank you, Billion. You've been with us for a while, so thank you for hanging in there with us. And Connie Foster and Carolyn Yeomans.
Yeah, and guys, before you go, drop your city or state, in the comments again, and let us know where you're hailing from. We always enjoy, we always get our usuals from the ATL, North Kakalaki, Florida,
Yeah.
and even some out of country people. We have built up a
Okay.
nice following from Asia during our tour there. So just let us know where you guys are hailing from.
Okay, guys. So um, let's see. Before we go, do the people in your life truly see the real you? Okay, guys, go ahead. Yes or no, drop it in the comment. This is our last time to comment before we go offline.
Oh, okay, Billion. He's in the ATL.
Okay.
ATL. All right. All right, guys. Again, big shout out to all our viewers. Billion, Erks, what is that? Skin, Kincaid,
Papa Bear.
Gonzo Man, Mighty iPod.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys.
Yes,
Thank you
we
so
do.
much. We got, what is that? Baggy,
Sacred
Tommy-
Oasis 55.
Tommy Williams. Um, who else we got? Billy Richardson. We Ricardo, really Ricardo. We appreciate you guys. We on so many platforms. It's hard to be able to catch everybody. And when we hate, please forgive us if we miss you during our shout outs. But we thank you for all the likes, all the taps, all the gifts that you guys have given us. We really appreciate it. And we thank you guys for being a part of the J&B family. You could have been somewhere else, but you decided to be with us. And we truly appreciate that. Thank you guys so much.
So, guys, I am your girl, your favorite auntie, Dr. B, and thank you again for joining us.
And I'm your boy, your uncle, and you know that guy, Broker J3. And as me and Doc B always like to say, guys, let's talk about it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. We're going to see you guys soon, guys.